Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another layout for Scrap the Boys challenge. This month is a mood board challenge, and as you saw at the beginning, it's a monochromatic city skyline sort of inspired mood board. So as soon as I saw that, I knew that I had a collection in my stash that was perfect for it, and this is it. It's the Just Landed collection by Kaisercraft. And I just have the paper pack from this one, but that does include the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. So I pulled out a few papers that I think I might use. I really love those buildings with the light sort of coming behind from them, and I knew I wanted to fussy cut those out. I also have this really beautiful cut file from Confessions of a Paper Addict cut files. It's a city skyline, and I cut that out from black cardstock. So I know I want to use that somehow, but first I am going to go through and cut out my buildings. So I'm just trimming off that branding strip, and then I'm just going to use my big scissors to cut out the buildings from this background paper. And this was really quick because they're, pretty simple shapes, just straight lines, really quick and easy. And I have that cream papered there just to begin with, but I don't end up going with that. I'm going to switch that out shortly. I'm thinking my cut file is going to go across the bottom like this. There's really nowhere else it can go, and then I'll have my buildings sort of framing around the top. So I pulled out this other paper. This is from the same paper pack, and it's a black and white sort of bokeh pattern. I really like it, and the buildings really pop, and the cut file really pops on it as well. So I'm going to start backing my cut file. I'm using this paper because the other side is a sort of map, kind of like a world map, an old-timey map pattern, which I thought was really cool. And it has a bit of a blue tinge as well, which I think obviously goes really nicely with the globe. So I just flipped my cut file over, I flipped the paper over, and I traced around the edge of the globe. And now I'm just using a thin line of tacky glue on the part of the cut file that I want to back, and then popping my bit of paper, just like that. And I'm not going to make you watch me back the whole thing, but there we go. Skipped ahead and I've backed it all. And now I'm going to add some foam. This is a single-sided adhesive craft foam, and I'm just going to back this whole cut file with it. And there you can see I've added a double layer in some parts because I added foam to the back of the buildings as well. So the double layer is for the parts that are not going to be propped up on top of the buildings. So I want my cut file to sort of be on another level on top of the buildings. So yeah. So here I'm just going in with some splatters of paint. I've watered down some white acrylic paint, and I'm going to put that all over the background. And then I'm bringing in my silver Liquitex acrylic ink and doing splatters of that all over as well. They really pop on that dark background, keeping things nice and monochromatic. There is a very slight tinge of blue, like I said, in that one paper, but I think that's okay. I'm going to start gluing everything down. I'm trying to position my building so that you can't see where it stops through that little gap in the Eiffel Tower, but it ends up not mattering because I covered that up anyway. So here I go with my glue. I'm really glad that this mood board was chosen for this month. It's not the sort of thing that I would do on my own. I really like the challenge though, and I've been trying to think of ways to use this paper pack that I have because I'm really not a monochromatic person, and this really challenged me, and I love how it turns out. I'm so happy with it, and that's why I love doing challenges, because they really push me out of my comfort zone and help me get layouts done that I never would have done off my own back. So we are going to skip to in a minute. There we go, a different background. It's a different day, and I'm in another location, obviously. So I have got my two photos there. I only end up using the photo of my son. I was hoping to get that photo of it's the Brisbane, gosh, what's the name of it? The bridge. I live in Brisbane. I've lived here my whole life. I can't think of the name of the bridge. Story Bridge, there you go. All lit up. This was Boxing Day, so I really love that photo. I trimmed the top of that building off because it kind of, I don't know, it looked a bit like a flag, and it kind of just was, it didn't feel right to me, so I snipped it off. And I'm trying to get that second photo in, but I've given up there. So I'm going to put my photo on just some white, just a thin border of white, and I'm going to pop it over the top of that Eiffel Tower. I felt sad about covering that up, but we're not in Paris. It's a very distinctive building. So I kind of thought that was probably the best place for it, the place that made the most sense, if that makes sense. So now I'm thinking about my title. I knew where I wanted it to go. There's really only one place for it, and that is on the globe, and I'm going to have it curving around the edge of the globe. And my title's going to be In the City. Very original and creative. I'm not one for witty, creative titles most of the time. Yeah, and I couldn't fit a lot in here. So this is a set of thickers. They are chipboard and they are white glitter, and it's hard to see the glitter in the video, but in the close-ups you should be able to see it. It's very fine and subtle, but it's definitely there. And I like the way the white pops on off the darker colours there. So now I'm going to do a tiny bit of embellishing with this sticker sheet. I just add in a few stickers. I don't go crazy. I put that little arrow down the bottom, and it's kind of like a label arrow, so I'll put my date on that. A little stop sticker and a little arrow. Just filling in these sort of blank areas either side of the cut file here. Another sort of, they look like road signs. I think they're pretty cool. A little geotag there, a bigger geotag at the bottom of my photo here. And then I'll also grab that little globe that echoes the globe in the cut file, and it's a little bit of that blue color as well again. So I'm going to pop in this phrase sticker. I'm just trimming it a little bit because it hadn't quite cut right, so it had a bit of the next sticker sort of on it, so I trimmed that off. I'm just fussing around a bit with my positioning, making sure everything is where I want it. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue behind these because it is an older collection and the adhesive isn't super great on these stickers anymore. A couple of phrase stickers, or just that little one I think, and then some stars. These are just shiny silver stars, and I'm going to scatter those just randomly all over my background. I really love how these look on the finished product. They're not very, I don't know, they're not as obvious in the photos as they are in real life. In real life they're really shiny and they really catch the light, and they really just finish off the layout nicely. So once I've done that, I will be all done and close-ups are coming up. Make sure you check out the Scrap the Boys blog. It is an awesome, super fun challenge every month. If you head over to the blog, you will see all the layouts from all the design team members. We have an amazing team and everyone is super talented, so it's definitely worth a look. We're also sponsored by Just to Add Flair this month, so you could also win a little prize if you enter the challenge, which is pretty awesome. So thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.